All right, fellas, it's the Hook Cam back again with another film breakdown. Taking a look at the preseason Week 3 game from the Chiefs and Niners. Chiefs fans, an electric environment last night. I was shocked. Well, I shouldn't say shocked, but I was surprised to see that place going that hard last night. I mean, it looked like a playoff, and it looked like a divisional or conference championship game. So, Chiefs fans are fired up. I'm fired up, man. Football's back. I'm hyped to dive into this thing, so let's get after it. Really quickly, before I do, I hate saying this, but please, it is helping my channel. If you could like and subscribe, my channel's starting to gain a little bit of traction here, gain a little bit more notoriety, and it helps me tremendously if you guys would just like and subscribe. If you like. If you don't like to, I understand it. It's okay. But as long as you learn something, I don't care either way. Anyway, diving into the fun stuff. What we got here, 3rd and 2, Niners first possession, right? Niners are lining up in a trips bunch formation at the top. Still 11 personnel. They got a tight end here. And all the Chiefs are lining up in is going to be an overfront, all right? And all an overfront is you have your edge defender or your defensive end on the outside shoulder of the tackle. You have your defensive tackle, right, and a 3 technique on the outside shoulder of the guard. These 2 techniques are to the strength of the formation, what the defense deems the strength. In this case, it's the tight end and the 3 receiver side. If the tight end was on the other side in a wing alignment, they might flip it the other way, but it depends on what they call the strength. In this case, it's to this side. Okay. On the back side, you have a nose tackle and a 1 technique on the weak side of the center, and you have your edge defender. Now, he's lined up outside of this tackle because we have a couple of cats right here who are ready to fill gaps. All right. Now, what the Niners run is a wide zone to the top with a wham by their tight end. Okay. And what all that does is the wham seals up this backside so that he can put his foot in the ground and get upfield. Okay, now the way they're running this outside zone or wide zone is they're trying to get upfield now. They're not really trying to stretch it, and you can tell by the path of the back. But the guy who makes this play, there's 2 of them. The first guy is Chris Jones, who does an outstanding job, as we'll watch here, just annihilating this guard, really. Right, the guard's going to his play side shoulder, and he actually gets there, but Chris Jones does an outstanding job shedding that block and getting in on this play, right? He really limits because Chris Jones, number 1, penetrates upfield and pushes that guy 2-3 yards into the backfield. Now, the back might have had a chance if he brings this thing outside and just turns it into a foot race, but that's not what he's taught. It's 3rd and short. He needs to get upfield right now and make a play. Okay, Chris Jones sheds the block, gets upfield, makes the play. Outstanding job. The second guy that I want to point out in this is the linebacker Anthony Hitchens. Okay, Hitchens does a great job of tracking this ball, but then exploding through a gap right now and making a play. Outstanding job by him. I love seeing that aggressive run defense. And again, you kind of see teams who their linebackers are hurt right now. You get a team like the Packers and their linebackers are not where they need to be. And you look at Hitchens right here. Right, watch how he's tracking this thing upfield. Press that line of scrimmage. Don't give the back space to work. He's going to eat that up. He goes in, makes a play. Team defense is there to stuff that thing and bring it back to a 3rd and short. Okay, or a 4th down, excuse me. So again, a really good job from the opening drive of the Chiefs on this defense. This is a 4th and 1 play. Chris Jones, again, just being a monster, getting his hands in passing lanes. You know, that's a drive killer, and that's an ego killer for a quarterback, right? You're dropping back, quick game, right? We got press on the outsides. We're just going to hit slants for an easy 1st down. He's got no help over here, tries to get rid of it, and the hands are in the air to bat that thing away. Chris Jones is primed right now for another great year, so I'm excited to see him play. All right, fellas, first offensive play we're seeing here. 3rd and 3 from the Chiefs, and all that we're going to get is a nice and easy man beater from the Chiefs. Up top, right, it's 2x2 set. Okay, 11 personnel. I do want to go through what the defense is running really quick. We have a bear front from the defense, right? We got a nose tackle. We have our 2-3 techs, and then we have our 2 edge defenders, okay? Now, usually with the bear front, there's 2 backers in the box, but due to the formation, the backers are spread out, and it's essentially nickel personnel, right? Now, defenses run the bear front because they want to get pressure on the quarterback, and that should be noted when I start breaking this defense down, okay? What we're going to get from the offense is we're going to get a hunt route from number 1, right, which there's different ways to actually run the route, but the theme and the concept is still the same. You're trying to get over to the middle of the field and find space somewhere over the middle of the ball where you can sit down and possibly catch a ball, okay? Now, from number 2, okay, Kelsey's going to run essentially a whip route, right, where he's coming into the middle of the field, making it look like a slant, press on the hips of the backer, and then get to the sideline, okay? Number 2, at the bottom, he's going to do the exact same thing, right? He's running a whip route. Get up, find that leverage, break it to the sideline, okay? And then number 1 down here is going to run a deep post. Now, like I said, with this defense, you think that, okay, they're just trying to create one-on-one battles throughout the offensive line. That's why you have 5 guys lined up here. But watch what happens with these 2 edge defenders on this play, okay? Now, this top edge defender is going to run with Damian Williams. Bad move. Bad move. Anytime you have a defensive end on the back, it's not going to end well, okay? And that goes both ways. You never want a defensive end blocking a back, and you never want a defensive end in coverage on a back, okay? Now, this other cat is going to work to the middle of the field and essentially be a spy. Now you have 2 guys in the middle of the field. I see teams do this, and I think it's to stop mesh. I think that's what the whole point of that is to cover up the middle of the field, and then they can pass anything that comes underneath. It's a great way to deal with crossers, okay? So, what does Mahomes read on this play, okay? I would imagine that they had film somewhere that said, okay, the end is going to add on with the back. But here's the thing. Ultimately, who cares? If it's the end or if it's this backer, which is usually is, and that's why you run these routes to the middle of the field to create the traffic, neither of those guys are going to be able to keep up with your back. Neither of them are, okay? So, back wheels out of the backfield. 94 gets kind of picked by Kelsey, which, hey, it's all fair at this point. You're on the line of scrimmage, right? He essentially gets picked by Kelsey. He runs too flat down the line of scrimmage to take care of this, to cover this cat like he's running some sort of flat route or an arrow. And Damian Williams does the rest of the work once he turns that thing and gets upfield for the wheel. Okay. Now, one of the keys to Damian Williams' routes right here, and I try to tell kids this when I'm coaching them, right? When you're running a wheel route, okay, whether you're running it from the flat or whether you're running it from here, flash your eyes to the quarterback just really quick. That sells this route right there. See how he flashed his eyes? It was just a second, and I'm going to try to get to it again. But if you flash your eyes to the quarterback, you show the entire, whoever's covering you on defense, oh, he's looking for the ball right now. Okay, watch, right there. Flashes his eyes. Solomon Thomas is thinking, hey, maybe he's running a flat route. Nope, wheel that thing upfield. You got no chance to run with him. So all around, great play from the Chiefs. And the kingdom is going wild, fellas. Love to see it. Oh, we get to see an aerial view here, okay? Yeah, he's matched up with Solomon Thomas, kind of running a pick play in the middle of the field, and he's gone, man. No chance to cover it. No chance to cover it. All right, fellas. 3rd down and 5 for the Chiefs, their next possession. A couple of things looking at this play that stand out to me. Number one is just the absolute fear that Tyreek Hill puts into the eyes of a defensive back and how the Chiefs run their bunch routes, okay? 3rd and 5, it's not a tough down to complete when you've got Mahomes and you can use your ideology on offense to really push defensive backs and then break them on out routes, okay? So watch what happens on this play. We're going to get 2 verticals from Sammy Watkins and number 1 right here. Tyreek Hill is just going to run a really simple out route, but watch how this whole thing shakes down, okay? We're going to push the field vertically with Sammy Watkins, and we're going to run a very, very simple out route to Tyreek Hill that he's going to catch 99 times out of 100, okay? So once again, we're going to get a crosser, really, not really a vertical, but we're going to get a crosser across the field from the point man. All that's trying to do is create traffic, put a body out here so that it's tough to get over the top. Okay, Sammy Watkins is really going to kind of fold underneath on this and just get vertical. Again, trying to create traffic. Tyreek Hill is going to come hard out of his stance, get upfield, chop his feet, get out really quick. Run this route at about 5.5, 6 yards, right? Mahomes is going to put this ball on the money, live to fight another down, okay? Great job all around. You're going to create space because you're pushing everything upfield and everybody thinks Tyreek Hill is going to torch him deep. No, this year to me, I think is really going to be about Tyreek Hill's route running and short to intermediate routes, right? Yeah, he's still going to have the plays where he torches guys deep, but everybody's so scared of it this year because of what he's done the last 2 years. If this dude can really perfect his route running, he already is a threat. He's going to be even more of a threat. Okay? Give him the ability to run after the catch and let him go, man. The cheetah's loose. Kid's a stud. I'm happy to watch him play, and I'm happy he's going to be back. Up front, solid blocking all around. I love giving a shout-out to the front 5. Solid job. Guard can probably be a little bit more firm in there. Really try and sit on that. Don't let this dude get his hands in your face. But a good job fanning out to that end into that tackle and giving 15 time to make that throw. All right, fellas, next play here. 2nd and 7, working into the red zone. Again, the Chiefs play action game is some of my favorite, right? Now, this is a play action. It's not an RPO because he's not reading anybody. All right, but he does give a quick run action to make this thing look like an RPO. Now, here's what's happening up top. Number 1 is running a slant. Okay. Number 2 is running an arrow. Number 3 is running a deeper slant, right? His slant's probably at 4 to 5, and top slant's at about 3, right? Again, Tyreek's so fast that he's able to run that slant, make that break, and then kind of fade upfield with a slant, which usually you don't want, but these DBs are never close enough, okay? But here's what I love about how the Chiefs run this, all right? Their run action, I'm not even going to explain what happens over here yet. Watch what happens to the backers when this run action goes, okay? Given that quick outside zone look, these guys are 3-4 yards off of their starting point, right? Now, what that does over here is it opens up throwing windows, okay? He can zing one into Kelsey right now if he wants to, okay? That's not the smart throw, but he's got the arm talent to do it, okay? Now, up top, you have 14 running an arrow, and then you have Tyreek running that slant, okay? Mahomes jams that thing into Tyreek. Nice, easy catch for him, and then it's all about the yards after the catch with that man. So, now when we watch this thing in its entirety, okay, Kelsey's going to run upfield, and he's really trying to push this guy, trying to create contact and then break it in. Sammy Watkins, run that arrow, keep that flat defender accountable, and then Tyreek's just running that slant. Straight man from the defense, okay? Pretty simple to see. Straight man, right? Here, 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 and here, okay? And then we're going to have cover 1, a safety in the back, right? But we get that run action, easy ball for Mahomes to throw. And again, when you run slants, and this is something that if this play was covered better, you would see, there's windows for when you run any sort of like levels or slants concept, okay? This is the first window, right? This is the second window, okay? And you usually, if you're a Q, you just pick whichever window is open, right? Now we know there's a backer here. Even though he's influenced this way, we just clear out some space. We know this second window is going to be open. Hammer it in there. Pick yourself up a first down. Looking good from this Chiefs offense early. Looking good. Okay, fellas, back to some defense here. I'm going to tell you some stuff I like about this play, and then I'm going to tell you some stuff I hate about this play from the Chiefs' perspective. Okay, number 1, I'll start off with what I like. All right, number 1 is Frank Clark up top. Big offseason acquisition. Watch what he does on this defense, on this pass rush move. Okay, he's going to hesitate and give him like a stutter step inside, like he's trying to knife in on this play, and then he's just going to use his speed and quickness to get around Joe Staley, one of the best to do it. Chops that arm down as soon as Staley's trying to make contact, dips his shoulder, gets around. That is an outstanding pass rush move. It really is. Outstanding pass rush move. Something that you're very happy to see, right? Watch one more time. Comes upfield. The stutter step right there. Okay, Staley's trying to give him that strong arm on the outside, try to put a stop sign up for him. He chops that arm down, dips his shoulder, leans into him, and gets right around for the sack. Outstanding job from him, and he should get his props on this play. But here's what I don't like, okay? This inside backer should be opening up to the top to number 2, okay? So what happens here offensively is we're going to get a drag route from number 1, and then we're going to wheel with number 2, okay? Now what happens is 49 is going to end up being manned up with the back, number 2 eventually, and since our backer opens up to the wrong side, this drag is wide open in the middle of the field. Watch what happens. Boom. They both fade with the back, right? And he's opening up to number 2 as well as he is. Okay, their assignments are jacked up on this play. What should be happening is one of a couple of things should be happening because I don't know for sure. He should be staying manned up with whoever number 1 is, right? So as the back works upfield here, he should be working with him, and 49 should be staying underneath. That's one of the ways that it should work. Let me draw this thing up for you, okay? As we drag here, 49 should either be taking this up from a pass off from their corner, right? As this back wheels out, he should pass off this drag to 49, and then he should take the back. That's one thing that should happen. Or they should just stay manned up on him, and he's trying to chase as he works with the back, right? But usually what happens is your backer opens to number 2 on this side, so that way you have inside presence. So any sort of drag or slant route that happens, you're there to either make a play on the ball or make a hit, make a tackle, okay? So that I don't like about this defense. I think that the coverage is a little bit jacked up. But again, great pass rush from Frank Clark, something that Chiefs fans should definitely be excited about. All right, fellas, that's going to do it for this video. I thought I had a couple more clips, but I actually don't as the time's winding down in this half. A lot of the backups are in for the Chiefs, it seems, so I'm going to end it here. But anyway, guys, I hope that you liked. I hope that you subscribed. I just hope these videos are informative, man. I just want more people to know about football. And Chiefs, guys, thank you for being so kind to me. You guys are awesome. So there's definitely more to come. as the season goes on. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.